Tristan Connelly against Darren Elkins.
Oh.
It's going to be a bloodbath, this one, isn't it?
I don't know about Darren Elkins. It's just I worry about him when he fights now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He just looks a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's not really there.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But the thing is, as far back as I remember Darren Elkins fighting, I mean, he's had 37 fights. As far back as I remember, he's always kind of been, a bit like.
Yeah. I guess if it's just him as a person, I guess. But,
yeah. I mean, he has claimed the nickname The Damage, and it kind of, I mean, it's like calling yourself the Zombie or the Highlight. You've kind of got to live up to that nickname. But I think he's just a brawling style of fighter anyway. It's not even like he's picked up a lot of losses. Like you look, like way back to the beginning of his career, like he went on an 8-fight win streak before picking up his first loss. And that was against the guy who was 25-19. He's got wins. He's got a win over Gideon Ray, who was very, very good back in the day. He's got a win over Ludwig. That was his debut, in fact. That was an ankle injury, of course. But yeah, I mean, he's rolled through a whole bunch of people that were good. Lost to Oliveira. That was his second loss by armbar, 41 seconds. But he's beat Diego Brandao, Hatsu Heoki, Lucas Martins. He's a fucking nightmare of a fighter. He's got that exhausting kind of just keep working, keep going. And you think back to his last fight against Cub Swanson, Cub dropped him, he went down, he was back up, and then Cub threw that spinning kick that kind of whiffed across his nose before Herb waved it off.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good stoppage by Herb there, because he just didn't need to take any more. There was a point he was on a 4-fight losing streak. Volkanovski, Lamas, Ryan Hall, and Nate Landwehr, but then he pulled back 2 stoppage wins. You just can't count him out, can you?
No, it's so hard. I feel like Tristan Connelly is a similar kind of fighter as well, very grinding on people, like the Michel Pereira fight.
Yeah, which was a weight class up from what he was fighting before he arrived in the UFC. So he was always a lightweight all the way through. Then he took that short notice fight against Pereira at welterweight, and now he's at featherweight. So I don't know whether that was. I don't know whether his last fight was like a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether it was like a. It was a bit too much. You know what I mean? Going from welterweight to featherweight. Taking on a tough individual like Pat Sabatini. Yeah. He just kind of got outworked, taken down. And my concern in this fight is that he's not going to be able to stop Elkins taking him down. His takedown defense seemed to get better in the 3rd round against Sabatini. But aside from that, he was just, and Pereira exhausted himself doing fucking backflips.
I feel like if he'd have fought Pereira again, Pereira seemed to calm down a little bit since then.
For sure.
A little bit more calculated.
Yeah.
I think if they fought again, Pereira was a little bit smarter with his energy management, then he would probably beat him, I think.
Yeah. I wonder why he went all the way down to featherweight, because he's always been a lightweight. And it's not like he's not had many fights. He came into the UFC, what is he, 14-7 now? He's had, 2 fights in the UFC, a win and a loss. So he was 13-6 when he arrived, and he's always been a lightweight. And then obviously, he was smaller than Pereira, but was able to outlast his gas tank. But then he looked a lot bigger than Sabatini, even though he didn't really seem to have any advantages in strength.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like Elkins is going to pick up a win here.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going to be hittable, and Connelly's going to keep swinging for him, and he's going to overextend, and Elkins is going to be able to keep grounding him. And then once he's on the floor, Elkins' wrestling takes over, and that's second nature to him. He doesn't need most of his brain when he's wrestling. It's it's so programmed into him that this is what he does. It's when he's standing striking that I think his brain is really taxed, and that's when he looks to kind of stagger and stutter and not really express himself very well.
Yeah, Connelly's not I don't think he's got the power to knock Elkins out.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can see Elkins just keep coming back and grinding on him.
Yeah,
I think it'll go to a decision. And yeah, I think Elkins might just outwork him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same. I can definitely see this one ending in a decision. I mean, you look at the way that Connelly's beaten people before he got to the UFC. It's, guillotines, arm bars, rear naked chokes. I mean, potentially he could if he hurts Elkins, but I don't think it would be smart to initiate a grappling exchange with him. Because again, I mean, he's like Elkins is a featherweight. He's been comfortable in this weight class for a while. As you look at Tristan Connelly, even in that photo, like he's so fucking lean, isn't he? This might not be the right weight class for him. I mean, he's 5'10", 68-inch reach. It's not small, but it's not undersized. It's not big, but it's not undersized for lightweight. I don't know. I think we're going to see Elkins push his gas tank here, maybe take a bit of punishment. It's definitely going to be a bloodbath, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the scar tissue that
I know. I was going to say, I thought, because initially I was like, Tristan Connelly's much like younger, a bit more sprightly fight. He's only a year younger than Elkins, and Elkins looks way more like battle damaged.
He does. And fucking what a tattoo.
Yeah.
What a tattoo. We should post a photo of your tattoo on the you one on your leg, Jamie, from Mystery.
Oh yeah, the Copenhagen.
There you go.
It was a good night. It was a good night.
What you remember of it? Yeah. I wonder if Mystery did that damage tattoo as well. It looks very similar.
Similar font.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Elkins. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the stats for this one. A bit further down. So Elkins has got a higher striking output but a lower striking accuracy, as you can imagine. And he absorbs more strikes per minute, which is also not surprising. But he shoots a lot more, 2.65 takedowns per 15 minutes compared to 0.5 for Connelly. But of course, that's only based on 2 fights. 70% takedown offense for Connelly. But then, once he was taken down, he still spent quite a bit of time on the floor, didn't he, against Sabatini? And I feel like that's where Elkins can kind of keep him. It's going to be a bloody mess, but I think Elkins wins a decision here.
Yeah, same. I'm going to go for Elkins.